All right, everybody, it is the Studying Brew. It has been 1,000 times that I've said that. Yes, it is episode 1,000. I can't believe it. 1,000.
It's crazy.
1,000. 1,000. When we started episode 1, I didn't even say episode 1. I didn't even do that until like the 20th one.
Yeah.
Because we didn't even record it.
I don't think so.
I didn't record it. Because I was like, what was I thinking? I was like, you know what? Nobody's going to be wanting the replay of this stuff. Like, we're just going to get on here and study and see what happens. It's just going to be 2 to 3 weeks, Brandy. Because Brandy's like, this is late at night. Like, I don't want to do this forever. Remember when we used to do the calls? This is her talking to me. This is why I don't want to do it. Because remember when we used to do the calls and we hear people snoring and farting because they pass out from like learning this stuff so late at night? That is literally what Brandy said, because that actually happened. We tried this many times ago, and like our RVP was like, hey, why don't you get on a conference call and teach people over a conference call? And you know how people don't know how to follow directions on how to mute themselves, or they unmute themselves because they feel like they want to jump in at any time.
Wait, first of all, do you guys remember before Zoom and like offices used to have the nightly or the weekly conference call, and you'd constantly hear, guys, make sure you mute your phones. Guys, make sure you mute. Make sure you mute.
Babies crying, domestic violence happening in the house or across the street. I don't know which one. I was hoping it was across the street, not in their house. And then we'd get like these people like they'd stay up, and then you'd hear like the phone falling on their face, and then you hear like
other noises you didn't want to hear.
Yeah, other noises you want to hear, passing gas. And so that was like a real reluctancy for us to do this. By the way, my name is Andy. I am the guy that has been running the back office and saying Studying Brew episode, fill in the blank, up to 1,000 for 1,000 episodes now. But you're not here for me, you're here for Brandy. She's got her series 63, series 26, series 65, and that series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know, so that way you too can get a pass notice. And many pass notices we have gotten, a lot of members that we've had on here, a lot of Kona family that we've had on here, a lot of people we've met across the United States. We are no longer listening to people pass gas and hit themselves on the phone, because this is because we can mute you, because I have the power. No, it's because mainly because this works. It's I think we've since the COVID times, we've grown into knowing what what a podcast is, and noticing like live podcasts or getting on a Zoom or a conference call, on a webinar, I guess it would be called, right? And it works, and people get the visual, and we have fun, and it's been great.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that we've helped get this thing done, and we've had a lot of run-ins with like people that are if you're in Primerica, this means something to you, all the way from the very lowest senior rep, or I guess I could say the little engine that could senior rep, all the way to million dollar earners, all the way. On top of the people who are on here on the Studying Brew, Brandy does tutor people in the background, that are quite what do I say?
Busy.
Quite busy. They run firms from other brokerages. We've been able to grow out of Primerica and into other firms. We work with like a lot of different banks and a lot of different brokerages, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey. We've been on here right after literally having a car crash, like literally less than an hour before we were on here. The tow truck dropped off the car in the driveway. Our uncle signed all the paperwork because we needed to be on at 10 o'clock, and people were already getting on, and we just got off the tow truck, and like probably concussed. I don't remember much, just trying to get through it. But I think that was the selling point for one of the brews, is that the fact is that the techniques are so good that you can be concussed
and still do
fresh off an accident, and you can still get right answers. And we're still doing that now. Not concussed, but the techniques. Although I feel like my kids are slowly giving me concussions as they run me ragged. ragged internally. Yes, I feel like my brain is constantly being jolted inside my skull. But um, and then we've had losses and we've had victories and we've had all kinds of great stuff. We've had people who couldn't speak English. We've had people that were winning that are going through cancer treatment. We've had people that were in the hospital, just got out of the hospital. We've had men and women and all from all walks of life, from all age groups. We've our oldest passer was 85. She was on, and that was awesome.
Was awesome.
Yeah, we've had 18-year-olds who literally just became adults.
Yeah.
We've had some of the youngest financial advisors on here.
Not even old enough to drink, but
Literally passed their exam, couldn't even go into a bar to have a celebratory drink because they were under the age of 21.
Now owns a house.
Yeah, that guy owns a house. And we've it's been just an amazing journey. And there's a few notes that I'm going to say. One is I know some people are like, well, this is it, huh? We're not going to do like some crazy stuff for your 1,000. One, I look, my ego is not that high. I know that people are not necessarily going to be on here. There's other things that are going on in the background right now.
What?
They're way bigger than I and Brandy in our 1,000th episode. I know. It's hard to believe.
It's crazy.
People are like, well, what can I do? Can I go see the election results, or should I be on the brew to see the 1,000th episode of the Studying Brew? What is more important in my life? No. So I have something that I want to put together that's a little bit more polished for the end of the year. I have a lot of ideas. There's some interviews I want to do. I will be starting our new podcast. I know I've been saying this for almost a year or two, but it's
I've said I'm gonna write a book.
no. Because I do want to do it, but I want to do it right. And but we are going to put something together, but it won't be tonight because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and we'll give the recognition, I guess, of all the. And I want to make it about the students, not me necessarily, not about Brandy. Because honestly, guys, the one thing that I could say after 1,000 episodes, it's not about Brandy and I. It's about you all. It's about you all. Because without you all, and the successes and the tears and the stories. It's just me and Brandy talking as usual in our living room. Now converted into a studio.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
that's what we do.
That's what we do. Some people are looking for ways to put up dining room tables and what do they call those things?
I don't
kind of cabinets. We're converting.
touches.
We're converting our dining room into a studio and telling everybody that they can go eat in the, over there, not in here. But that's what we do. And it's all about you guys. It's just all about you, and it's always been about you, and it's about you getting these exams passed, and it's about doing it in a different way, and it's about learning in a different way. It's about learning techniques, about learning things that necessarily won't be, that are not open to other people until we came along. And I do want to say that there has been so many changes in this test prep arena since we started doing this. Now other people are doing things that we do, and it's just to the testimony of the success that we've had. I literally get phone calls and text messages of people trying to do the same thing that we do, and other students be like, yeah, that so and so is trying to do it like this or that or whatever, and I could get mad about it. Brandy and I could get mad about it, but you know what? Must be the bar. We must be the standard in which it's being copied. So it's just been an amazing journey and a crazy ride. I mean, I literally, it started out, I have pictures. It started out literally on our dining room table with a Target tablecloth.
Yeah.
A shared small computer. What was it? Like a 13-inch laptop. And a shared tablet. That's how it all began. And oh yeah, and one of those foldable accordion room dividers.
Yeah.
So that was it. No microphones, no lighting. AirPods. The kids working the lamp. We'd actually have the kids turn on the lamps. We'd have them flicker the lights when people would pass. I mean, it's been a family affair. And here we are, 1,000 episodes in, lots of people passed, and what a journey. Uh, but thank you all for being here, and thank you for watching the replays. But I would like to continue doing it as long as you all have been here, are willing to show up and willing to benefit, and it's a benefit to everyone. So if you guys could please share the awesomeness, I guess. Share the Kona family. Share the Studying Brew as we continue to do this, and we'll keep doing this as long as you guys allow us to. So, thank you all and all the people who have been on, all the people that have talked, all the people that have passed, all the people who have cried, shared, and all the laughs we've had. So, thank you all for just making it amazing. Anything you want to say?
You summed it up.
All right, cool. Well, let's get on to it. That's enough about us. It's about you. But first, a commercial, because that's how we do it. If you haven't joined up with the studying with us on the paid program, you're missing out. Especially if you're studying the Series 26, that price is going up. It ain't going to be $25 for very much longer. We are going to be raising that price, but until then, we are going to just have that $25 option available. We have videos, audios for all courses, the SIE, the 6, the 63, the 26, the 65. We got material for all of those contents, audios. Audios now available on Spotify. Slowly, keeps uploading. You just got to look for your topic that you want to see and see if we have see that if that audio is available. Also, you can listen on Patreon. Tambien.
Yes.
We have the Discord. We have that Kona community. It's awesome. One of the things I said on the members, but I'm going to say this out here, and I need to say it like on the reg now. And in November, Apple won their court case with all platforms and all people who put apps on their app store, that they will charge a 30% Apple tax to anybody who uses the Apple App Store. Keywords, right? Keyword connections. Mm-hmm. Apple App Store. Even my mother-in-law was like, dude, did you know Apple bought Patreon? I'm like, no, they didn't buy it. They're just enforcing their 30% Apple. You know, if you're going to use the Apple App Store, you're going to get charged 30%. So what do you do if you want to sign up for Patreon? Don't download the Patreon app, and don't sign up through the Patreon app at all. Especially if you have an Apple on your iPad or iPhone, just go to the web browser available and just do it the old-fashioned ways they did in the 90s. Just go to the browser, go on your Chrome, get on your Google, whatever, get on your Firefox, get on, I think even on Safari you could still do it.
I think on Safari you can. It's the app.
It's the app store that's the problem, and then you get charged that extra. Otherwise, it's the same old. And if you're not a person who buys into the Apple stuff, you have nothing to worry about at all. And if you already are a member, you're not affected about this anyway. Yeah. So this doesn't affect you at all.
It's just new members.
Just new members. So that's one of the things I have to mention now. Don't use the Apple Patreon app at all, or the Patreon app off of your Apple store. Just use the Chrome. I'm not trying to promote any droids. They don't give me money. Nah. All right. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Scan the QR code, hit the links. All right. We got classes tomorrow. We got the SIE live. We have that live lecture starting at 9:30 a.m. Right. And then we have the Series 63 and the 26, or the opposite. Series. Yeah, I did it right. Series 63, then the Series 26. Tomorrow we're going to be doing quizzes all day. That's all we're going to do in all sessions. Quizzes all day. So if I'm studying the Series 26 and you want to do a quiz with Brandy, tomorrow's your day.
Yes.
Yep. You're doing the 63, tomorrow's your day.
Yeah.
SIE?
Yeah.
Every day is usually your day.
We're going to do them by chapter, topic, or unit. And these are going to be for future recordings.
And this is essential because I'll say this. Look, I'm not knocking any study groups. I encourage study groups. I encourage independent study. I encourage group study. But here's the problem with group study or independent study. Most of y'all pick up bad habits, right? We only get as good as the person who we're studying with, right? Or the best person in the group, I guess you want to say, right? Sometimes we have these habits that we're not aware of. or sometimes we just need a good standard to follow, or we just need a good example of how to think, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
That's what works. And we are going to start a study hall where you can ask Brandy questions beyond there while you take your quizzes and hang out. Brandy's going to do her thing, you do your thing, and you'll be like, hey, teach, I got a question here. And then she answers you, and then you go back to your quiz. Mm-hmm. But on these live quizzes, the cool thing is you get to see how Brandy works these questions for those exams. You can see how little, and I mean this in the most kindest way, how little of thought, how little of thought.
Sure.
How not to overthink it, how not to overdo it.
Yeah.
Especially when you get into the series 26.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The series 26 is a mofo because you need to really dial in and really pay attention to keywords and the yes and no. 26 is tough on that.
Right.
And it is an overthinker's pit. Yeah. So it is really beneficial. Like tomorrow, you get in that. If you're studying the SIE, I talked to a young lady today, mm-hmm. And she and literally the advice was think less. She thought less, her scores went up.
Stop thinking.
She's all, whoa, that's crazy.
Stop thinking.
Yes. She's all, it's crazy that you say think less. That's one of the most hardest things to do, but I get it.
I say that frequently. The hardest thing is to let go.
Let go. Go with it. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. So check it out. And we already talked about Spotify and audios.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Test taking techniques Tuesday, as we've done for a long time now. Test taking techniques Tuesday. It is simple. Brandy's just going to show you how to answer questions without knowing anything.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, without knowing anything.
Yep. No content.
Most of the time, doesn't even look at the question.
Bro, there's a couple of questions in there that I don't know what the questions are.
And I know that you guys are all like, yeah, sure. I'm telling you right now. Mm-hmm. Don't even look at the question. Just easily just technique it out. Boom.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say this. If you utilize what we do on Mondays, what we do today, and the content that we teach.
Yeah. I will say this about test taking techniques Tuesday, and I'll say this about people and techniques in general. One of the biggest problems that people have is letting go and just using the technique and being accepting that you got the right answer without having to use the content. Most of the time, what people will do is get it right with techniques, go back and say, oh, I must confirm with my content knowledge. Usually your content knowledge is faulty. Then you go and pick the wrong answer. And then you go, dang it, and a few other curse words. And then you go, why didn't I just stick with what I had? Mm-hmm. So we are going to do that tonight. You're going to see how Brandy does it. We have rules to test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. We teach the same stuff to our high school kids who aren't even getting a securities license at the moment, and they are mastering how to get multiple choice exams correct. So it doesn't matter what exam it is. It doesn't matter. If it's a multiple choice exam, it's all you need to know, period. So watch how Brandy breaks it down and do that. And then how do we get good at it? You practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, you practice. You're not going to be no Allen Iverson. You're going to be like a Kobe Bryant. You're going to win championships. You got to practice. It doesn't matter if you fall down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 times. If that's what it takes to run, you're going to go for it. So we're going to do that. You're going to practice. And what do we want you to do after how to practice? I want you to do a 10-question flash quiz. That means 10 questions, 10 minutes. 1 minute of thought, whatever unit, function, area, section, whatever they call it in your Q bank, doesn't matter what it is, and then just do that. Just practice the techniques.
I'm gonna say out of the 6 questions that I pulled tonight, I'm gonna say I looked at 10 questions. 2 of them were 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, and the other 2 questions were like deep. That's it.
When you say deep, what do you mean?
Like you would need to know a little bit of content, a little bit.
So it's not
like
true technique to.
It would be a Thursday. No, today the questions that I pulled, I'm saying out of the 10 questions that I saw. Today,
you okay?
4 of them I skipped.
Tuesday, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll put those in Thursday, so that way you know that Brandy didn't totally skip them. But for fun of Tuesday, let's go. For the fun of a Tuesday, Brandy.
Let's go. All right. So I have acronym, no acronym. Yeah. Acronym.
Let's talk about it and discuss. No, why don't you just pick B and move on?
Yeah.
Techniques. Go to the next one.
Well, I was
Go to the
gonna say,
next one.
well, wait,
No.
hold on.
Nah, I don't want to explain it.
I'm not explaining anything. I swear, sometime. You guys were in the SIE. You could see the SIE class today.
See, I don't want them to even look at the question that long because then people go, well, that is true. And then they try to put their content on all over it.
Look at. Somebody already said C. Why? Because this one says yield, that one says yield, that one says yield. This is no yield.
That's it. No content. Just observing answers. That's all.
And you know what? So somebody put in the chat, like there are two less thans, and I totally looked at those first. But then I saw, well, there's one that's different.
There's one that's completely different.
Normally, you'd be right. B and D, usually like the opposite thing or the similar thing is usually the winner. But in this case.
Yeah, this one's an equal and a rate and nothing to do with yields.
Yes. Now, whereas this one, the answer was the one that had no acronym. There's only one acronym.
So easy answer. If you guys would like to do this in your quizzes and exams, become a member Mondays and Fridays. Learn from the source.
These three were literally back to back. These three questions were back to back.
If you're studying the SIE, the 26 and the 63, tomorrow's your day. This is what we're doing. Tomorrow's your day. This is what we're doing.
Okay, so I looked at the numbers here. This is the lowest. This is the highest. This is the third. I didn't even read the question. Look at how long that question is.
There's probably math involved, but who cares?
Now, if I would have got this wrong based on the third question, like if I would have got this wrong, right,
yeah,
when I took my quiz,
right,
and I just based purely on technique, got it wrong, I can't be mad at myself.
No.
All I do is go like this. Oh, okay, well that didn't work this time. Let me look at it. That's it. Like, don't be afraid to take the risk. By the way, this is what we mean by the third, because some say it's the second highest, some say it's the third highest. If I put them in order, 100,000.
That's a 3RD, not 3DD. Now it looks like a 3 wearing sunglasses.
Get out of here. You write all day.
I know.
No, you guys do not.
I couldn't write. I couldn't write on here.
Andy's writing all day.
But you guys, great.
The third
says my mom. No, actually, my mom would never lie to me. She'd say your writing sucks.
She's like, can you have somebody else write for you?
My mom can't do it. She cannot do it. My mom has impeccable writing.
Yes. Okay. So the first thing I did was see that every answer is ending with Brent, and every answer has a parenthesis. So that's not working, right? And then, I could see, well, there's two joints, there's two individuals, not two joints.
It's a different song.
Yeah. And then I looked at TIC, joints, well, JTWROS, and then I see the two TODs. So I'm looking at these, and these two are similar.
Right.
Okay. Now, the only difference here is full power. We know what full power means. You got it all.
You got all the power.
You got it all. Got it all. Right. And then limited means there's going to be some limits. Right.
Yeah, we're not letting you get all the power. It's like trying to drive a sports car and it's been put in valet mode.
Right. So there's not that much phenomenal cosmic power in this in the limited, right?
Valet mode.
Yeah.
Driving a Corvette, you ain't got all the power. So
now this is where reading the question is actually going to be helpful. Okay. So I look at the question. What? So all I'm doing, guys, is just trying to find, is it full or limited? So I'm scanning. I'm not reading. I'm scanning. Blah blah blah. Widow. Brent lives with her son. Would like Brent to manage her account. Manage her account. That's key. Power of attorney. But not have. All I had to see is but not have. But not have.
Limited.
I might have said but not have access. But the idea is
Doesn't matter.
but not have.
When you have a but not
That is a
limit.
limited, right? But not limited.
Yep.
Like, do you guys see that? Like, you guys, you know that from the real world.
Yep.
Right?
Let her son drive the Corvette out of the garage, but not onto the street.
Exactly. Go park the car. Do not drive the car.
I'll let you wash it. I'll let you sit in the driver's seat and play at the radio, but you ain't driving it nowheres.
And fun fact, putting it in reverse is
Nice.
like that. Okay. I couldn't end the night without a business. I mean, I couldn't end the night without a risk question.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Once a week, I gotta put at least one risk question in there. So business, one.
You didn't want to put a political risk on tonight?
Didn't pop up. Financial is something to do with debts. Liquidity is not sell. And then call is call. Right? So then I just go into the question, make the match. Company. Oh, it's business, right? Extensively over leverage using debt financing. Oh, wait, hold on. Financing. Financial. Financing. I'm using financing, which looks like financial. And guess what? Boop, that's the answer. Financing looks like financial.
Financial.
Now, every time you guys see that word, you know what you're going to do? Financing. Looks like financial. Oh, anyway, that's 6 questions. That's you know what? And that's how long I did. That's how long it took me. The only reason why it took me a little bit longer than like 5 minutes to pull these questions is because I got distracted. Let's talk.
Word up.
That's it.
Those wise words of Cameo. Word up. That's it. We did it. Guys, I can't tell you enough. You need to make it simple. You're going to be in a situation on these exams. You don't know what it's going to be like. You don't know that if you might forgot everything that you've been studying. You don't know what kind of morning or afternoon or evening you had that causes you to blank out. Shoot, it could be a lot of things. It could have been the fact that you know, all you can think about is you really got to go to the bathroom. Or maybe you did go and you have very limited time to get through the exam. Both of those scenarios have happened. It's not me just being funny and crazy. Those are actual scenarios from actual passers that have said that multiple times on the Studying Brew, as we have been through here 1,000 times.
That's true.
And it has happened. And they were like, thank you, Brandy, for teaching me these techniques, because without you, I wouldn't have gone through 50 questions in 20 minutes. Yes, happened.
Yeah.
Happened like that. And techniques are going to save you. Because if you're in a situation where you just don't know, you're running out of time, or maybe you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it all technique wise.
Can I say something real quick?
Help you pass.
That's true. Let me say something real quick. Some people are like, they don't work. You know what? Try looking for them first. Try looking for them. I bet you'll find more than you thought. They don't just jump out at you unless you practice finding them.
Yeah, to me, when I hear that it doesn't work, it's that you haven't really tried. You haven't really practiced it, and you're not really putting in the work to master something that's a skill set. It's a skill set. Can you imagine if Kobe said, you look, that crossover dribble and that fadeaway, that just doesn't work. I know that many of the people have mastered that before me, but you know, I'm just going to roll up there like I'm playing basketball in 1974, my long socks. Definitely probably wouldn't have had all the championships he had in the 90s.
That's true.
The game's evolved. You got to evolve, and you just get in there and you go play those techniques, go work on them, master it. You don't want to not have those skill sets. And if anything, if you are an overthinker, this is a must for you. This is a must. You gotta do it, because you are going to overthink yourself into the wrong answer time and time again. And especially if you're taking the series 63 and 26, you have very limited time to take that exam. There is more questions than time. So if you have a way to get through these questions a little bit faster to get you through it to where you can have some time banked up, that's winning. That's winning.
Yep.
All right, that's the 1,000th episode. I don't know how many test taking technique Tuesdays we've done, but we did it. We got through another episode. Thank you all. We're going to have sessions for all the members tomorrow. We're going to be back, same bat time, same bat channel, with a new president elect. And it'll be the Studying Brew. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on and being with us. We super, super, super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.